Hello everyone again. Welcome back for round one. We are on the draw, and I think this is a fine hand. So, needs a few more lands, but if we can get some ramp, we can get Rune Processor online early, so let's keep this. Not really worried about finding a blue source or anything like that. And a little punished for saying that, but we'll be okay. Bane is a little awkward, so now obviously we need lands, but not a huge rush for those. Calling all scions. Cool. Okay, here I'm probably just going to attack with a Sentinel. And then play the Predator just to block, so. There's consideration already to bring in Rolling Thunder out of the board. Especially since a lot of our stuff dodges it. And it will likely just block if he attacks. Double call the Scions, interesting. Actually, Firebird's pretty sweet. So the question is, here, do I just play Firebird and attack in with the Predator and the Firebird? I think the answer is yes. The other option is to play Mist Intruder, and the Sentinel gets to trade with 2 Scions instead of just 1. But I could just leave the Sentinel back. This gets in for 3, and if he quad blocks the Predator, I'm okay with that. I mean, maybe I want him to block with some Scions. This is a guaranteed 3 damage and puts the pressure on. I'm afraid of what he gets to play next. We do have a Stone Fury, though, which could be reasonable. Let's just do the Firebird. Okay. So now let's see what the opponent gets to play for 7 or 8 mana. Rolling Thunder is certainly coming in out of the board, though. I guess there was consideration to even just main deck it. Hedron Archive would be okay. Land would be fine. So we can Stone Fury or hold it up if we want. Skitter Skin. Cool. Touch the Void does not do anything here, unfortunately. So looks like we're just going to get in for 3 and play the Mist Intruder. This puts the opponent on a 3-turn clock. Touching the Void and the Scion doesn't really do anything, so. I guess we run the risk of this getting exiled, but it's been pretty good so far. Even if it does get exiled, I guess. I don't really have the mana to get it back anyway. 6. This opponent now has access to all the mana in the world, and we hope that they don't have an Ulamog. Yeah, I'm just going to let this through. Voracious Null. Okay, so our only play here is Touch of the Void. Now, what can we do? We can get in for 4. I would like to get in for 1 more damage, and maybe use Touch of the Void in defense. So if he, like, let's say he throws a bunch of creatures in front of the Sentinel, we can, you know, kill one of them with Touch of the Void, especially if it's a Scion token. So I really don't want him to get to 10 mana. Maybe we just do that anyway. So if I attack with everything, Touch of the Void, Sentinel then, like, kills 2 Scions if he blocks with all 4, and we can, you know, trade a Predator here or something like that. Land would have been good there, but I think this will be fine. And then it cleans up his board, and maybe we can turn against something if he plays something big or something like that. Yeah, so I'm just going to attack with everything. I guess we died a Swarm Surge on the way back. Potentially. Right? 4, 3, 4. So maybe I'll leave a Predator back just in case, because the Predator can block here, and we take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Jeez. Well, at least we can always Touch the Void one thing, so if we do this... Three, 4, 5. Actually, I should have attacked with everything, because then Touch of the Void to the face is lethal. I forgot this can go to players. Oh, we are so lucky. Do I just blow up a Scion here so that he doesn't get to 10 mana? Puts him dead on board next turn? Because Ulamog... What does Ulamog do? Yeah, I'm just going to pass. Monsters under the bed, like I say. If we're afraid of Ulamog, I mean, if he's got it, he's got it. This way, if he plays a flyer to block, you know, like he plays a post-combat Firebird of his own or something like that. Take my 4, no big deal. Cool. Alright, I don't know if opponent had Ulamog or something big, but I assume that they do. So I'm going to bring in Boiling Earth, no questions asked. And then the only question is what do we cut? You know, if he's going wide, maybe Ugin's Insight is not going to be the greatest here, just because we won't be able to take a turn off to play it. So, and I might get to Awaken Boiling Earth instead or something like that. So I'm going to do that. I don't think there's anything else we need to bring in. Dispel doesn't counter it. No, I mean, Royal Mage's Trick, potentially -2, -0, but I think that's going to be a stretch. A stretch that it'll be useful, so... We do have the ability to side into like a mono red deck too if we really want to. If we find that we don't need the blue for whatever reason. Oh, this is a decent little hand. Probably go turn 2 Mist Intruder, turn 3 Stonewaker. Unfortunately, probably not getting any triggers off the Stonewaker. anytime soon, given that we want to cast Archive and Vestige. Call the Scions? No play, alright. So, do we play this Stonewaker, or do we play... the Invoker? I'm gonna play the Invoker just because it blocks better, and if he plays like a Scion Maker or something like that, this gets through most of them, except like, you know, the one that makes like a bunch of 1/1s. Alright. Stuck on land, no big deal, putting the pressure on anyway. Mountain would be fantastic to play the Firebird, obviously, and then line up for Stone Fury as well. But might just play the Hedron Archive on 4. Territorial Veloth kind of shuts us down. That's a little bit annoying. Rune Processor will be pretty good here. Opponent brought in Plummets. I don't know, I might just chump. Actually, I might not just chump. I might take my 6 here. No. You know what, I think I'm just going to chump. Opponent has to have a play after this. Just buys me an extra turn. And I wasn't ever going to get the activation off that guy anyway. Cozy's Channeler. Alright, getting cozy. Oh, Touch of the Void. You are the most awkward draw ever there, actually. That is like... That's probably the stone worst draw. Outside of like another 7-drop or something like that. I guess maybe not. Like, we can, like, if he plays something, we can Touch of the Void it, but... I guess here I'm just taking 10. Or 6. 6 is okay. Guess I'm taking 10. So opponent's on the Uber ramp plan. I wonder if he's got those like double breaker of armies that we passed. I could see that. Probably pretty tough for us to beat a breaker of armies. Brood Monitor, yep. Kozilek Sentinel, you're okay, but not what we needed. Actually, I should have Touched the Voided that thing at the end of turn. I don't know what I was thinking. Got another Territorial Bailoff. I'm going to take a bunch of damage here, but... Yeah, I misplayed there, I think. I should have not clicked through my turn. I wasn't really paying attention. Should have Touched the Voided that thing, then we play Kozilek Sentinel. Here, I'm just going to play Kozilek Sentinel and kind of cry that I'm not drawing any lands. I think there is no worse feeling in the world than dying with like 7 cards or 6 cards in your hand. Swarm Surge kills is pretty good here, actually. Yeah. Yep. Five, yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Lesson learned there. We need to draw lands. So I'm just going to run it back. I don't think I want to bring in tightening coils. What does tightening coils beat? Well, no, tightening coils deals with his like big things, so we're going to tightening coils and cut Stonewaker. Yeah, especially since Stonewaker dies to Boiling Earth. Yeah. Okay. So on the play this time, I'd like to see some slide runners and stuff like that. Boiling Earth is okay. Actually, this is not bad. Unfortunately, Boiling Earth kills our Sky Spawner, but I mean, that is what it is. We get to go like, you know, we get to play Archive on time, and then we get to play Channeler on time. No, so here we lose the Channeler, which kind of sucks, but actually we might just lose the Sky Spawner. Transgress the Mind, interesting. I don't know, if I was our opponent, I'd probably just take the Archive. I think that's the best card. Sky Spawner. I mean, that also takes away our plays, so. Alright. We are on the Play the Archive plan. Firemantle Mage does what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, you know what? I can Boiling Earth Awaken if I play the Archive, so let's do that. And then I can play Firemantle Mage, give that thing Menace. What I would like to see here is our opponent not do anything because he's afraid of Boiling Earth. Meaning he's got like a bunch of token makers. I mean, in which case maybe we just play Channeler. Yeah, Skitterskin's okay. Because I will likely just tightening coils that, rendering it effectively useless. So if opponent either has to hit land drops or start playing Scions to make things, so maybe Boiling Earth is actually going to get some value here. And if we draw land, we can play it with haste. Smash in for 8. Ah, perfect. So here I am definitely going to Boiling Earth. Now opponent has to hit land drops. Or have more Scion Makers, which is fine. Let's see here. Can't do both of those. So if we go Environmental Mage, giving our things Menace. Send our opponent to 10, play Mist Intruder, and then Oracle of Dust is going to be really good. Opponent's on 6 mana. Even then, that's just like the 4/4 with landfall. Well, a bunch of tokens is fine too. One, two, three, four. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the question is, we could probably just attack with everything and then play the Oracle of Dust, and we don't die on the crackback because he has to block something. Right, like he has to block at least the Firemantle Mage, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. He could play Swarm Surge, but then we still have the Oracle of Dust to block, so I'm going to do that. Okay, opponent's on the pure defensive here, which is fantastic. So we are not in a rush at all here. And a land lets us Ruin Processor and gain a bunch of life. We can always sack the Hedron Archive to draw cards. Brood Monitor. It's totally fine. So this lets us play Ruin Processor without having to tap the Channeler, so we can still attack with it and put that pressure on. So what if I just attack with everything again? He doesn't really have any good blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like he can gang up on the Oracle. Whatever he gangs up on, he's losing a 3/3. He's losing 2 creatures. Yeah. I'm just going to attack with everything. Make him make the decision. This gains us a bunch of life. That works for me. Jump. Okay, so opponent takes 4. Going to 5. And we'll put that in. Oh, I guess it's 1. I always think Ruin Processor requires 2 cards. But it does not. Your Beastmaster doesn't quite do the job. Especially with the Bane. So if we attack with everything, actually I could just loot. If I attack with the Ruin Processor, he blocks with a Scion, and nothing comes of it. If I attack with everything, I get through for 4 damage. He kills our mountain, and then kills our Ruin Processor, or chumps our Ruin Processor, kills our mountain, keeps a 5/5. We get in for 4, and then we play the Bane. I like that. And then the Mist Intruder is lethal. So now he needs removal for the Mist Intruder plus a creature, which I don't think he can do. I guess he could make a Scion Maker and Bone Splinters. Wouldn't be bad, but we got there. Cool. Well, deck seems fun, actually. I really like casting 7-drops with Hedron Archive in play and stuff like that. So anyway, we will see you back here for round 2 with our sweet, mostly red Devoid deck.